Alrighty, dighty. Here we are. We're live. We're in person. Oh yeah. I need to figure stuff out. I can't see my chat. Oh no. Um. I guess we can click into the event. I guess. Okay. I guess. Okay. All right, that's weird. All right, that's weird. Okay, hang on. Do. Okay, how do I show chat? Damn it. Screen share. New control room. Trying to think here. Chat. There we go. I found it. Hooray. Great. That's exactly what we needed. Okay. So we're a little early. And so far, nobody is in chat yet. So I'm going to wait and see if any of you guys show up. If not, I guess then I'll just start talking and then we'll just leave it at that. It's very warm. Okay. Patience is a virtue, and I intend to be patient. I will wait it out. Wait it out. Wait it out, baby. Mm-hmm. This would be so much better if I had someone else to talk to. Da da da. Flash. Ah. Okay. What's this? What? Okay. I don't know what that is. Do. Recent apps. No, I don't need to do that. Just the bandwidth, the settings. Leave the call. Nope, we don't want to do that. Don't want to do any of those things. I am so lonely. I am so lonely. Do. I need friends. Here I am, just sitting down and just talking. Oh my gosh. Maybe I can. Oh wait, I have an idea. I know what to do. I know what to do. So we'll go to YouTube, and I'm going to leave a link on Twitter. Share it on Twitter. So we'll go to YouTube. Okay. Okay. All right. What is that? What a lovely picture. Why, thank you. I'm just gonna troll on Twitter for a bit. And wait a little bit longer. Well, it's not entirely 3, yet. So I am a few minutes early. Wow, these first few minutes are going to be incredibly boring for anybody who watches this afterwards. That's really, really sad. I'm very, very sorry for anyone who suffers through this. But we're doing this, and we're doing it live. So, yeah, that's the thing that's happening right now. Let's see. Gotta check my phone. Gotta put it on silent. Because I forgot to do that. Because I forget everything. Okay. So I guess I'll just be here talking to myself for a while. So, what should I talk about? I'm at a loss for words because I want to wait it out and wait for someone to show up. But from what it seems like, no one's showing up today. Maybe I picked a bad time. Maybe I should have waited till later in the day to do this, but I had other things to do today that I have to take care of. So I guess I'll be on my own for this little stream for now. Dang it. It's so weird. It's weird to be the only one. I am the only one. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Oh, well, somebody's here. Hello. How are you doing? Feel free to chat. Or not. I mean, you can do whatever you like. But at least somebody is here. And that makes me happy. I think. No, it does. It makes me happy. So yeah, this is my 300 subscriber thank you video, basically, and live hangout. And I hope that everybody who does join in, whether it's now or later or after the video goes up, I hope you guys, are having a wonderful day. I'm okay. I'm doing good. Though I'm a bit warm right now, but that aside, I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a good time while I wait for people to talk to me. But so for starters, I kind of wanted to talk about Marvel Legacy a bit because I don't really have the time to do a dedicated video on it right now. So I looking at all the covers and whatnot just made me frustrated and made me really irritated because there's like nothing about it that gives me any form of confidence. You're just rehashing old covers. I mean, the stories inside might be good, but the stories themselves are the covers themselves are incredibly bad. And I think the America one was the one that really irked me. It's like, You took a classic Spider-Man cover and you just took it away. Oops, I just hit the screen that's next to me. I apologize if you hear that. But yeah, that cover was taken, a classic Spider-Man cover, and she gets that cover. Why? In general, I don't like the idea of taking older covers. I mean, if you're doing an homage and you're doing these are going to be variant covers, that's fine. I don't mind that. But if this is what Marvel Legacy is to pull on my nostalgia cord, it's not going to work because no amount of nostalgia is enough to protect you from scrutiny. And I have no intention of buying into this. I might look up reviews later or see if any of the books are worth looking into. But from what I can see, it looks pretty damn pathetic. Some of the covers look okay, but overall, a lot of them are just lazy. They're really not worth the time or the energy or the effort to do. But, you know, again, Marvel will probably have a bunch of people buying it. So there's that. Da, 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 da. Of course, I would like to hear what other people, either in the chat or elsewhere, would like to hear about it. You know, I'm always interested to hear your guys' perspective on all of the Marvel related stuff, good or bad. Right now, I'm just kind of trolling through Twitter. Da, 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 da. Bum, 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 bum. Not really very much going on Twitter right now. But that's okay. Ugh. So, how's everybody in the chat? Or are you just two viewers just hanging out and listening to me talk? Because if that's the case, welcome. I hope that this is mildly entertaining. Okay. Let's see. What else can we... there is the Peter Parker Spider-Man related stuff. That comic just looks like it's just a bunch of really bad dad jokes. And I'm very disappointed. I had small hopes that the book would be mildly entertaining, or at least a little bit better than what it was. But and comedy is always subjective, so you never know. To list all available command. I don't know what's going on. Chat message or link? Did I forget something? I don't think I did. Let's see. Hi. Okay. Just double checking, making sure chat works. Probably should have done that sooner. But yeah, the one thing that I thought was really weird is finding out that Chip Zdarsky doesn't even like Spider-Man. That was incredibly odd and bizarre. It's like, if there's a person who doesn't like a certain character, why would you put them on a book with said character? That to me was a little bit weird, if I'm being completely honest. Okay. Just better double check and make sure everything's working properly. Oops. I hope everybody's not in the wrong spot. I hope everybody's not in the wrong spot. Okay, that's weird. I can see someone else in a different chat. I hope everybody's not in the wrong spot. Okay, that's weird. I can see someone else in a different chat. I hope everybody's not in the wrong spot. Okay, that's weird. I wonder if it's listing those people as spam. Potentially. Which is possible. That's really weird. But according to this, someone is asking, did I see Transformers 5? The answer is no. I have no plan to see Transformers 5. Maybe when it comes out on Netflix. Probably when I don't have to pay for it, I'll go and watch it. But otherwise, I really have no interest or desire to watch it. So there's that. Well, that's weird, though. I can see someone else in a different chat. This is weird. Let me see. Da, da, da. I wonder what I'm missing here. I don't know what. Enter. Okay, what is that? Interesting. Okay, so those are commands. All right. That's fine. That's just not working. I might be just completely screwing up this whole thing and not knowing what to do. All right. Well, that's okay. I'll just, if I have to, I'll check my stream the old-fashioned way by, clicking on it, I guess. So, wonder if it's listing those people as spam, potentially, which is possible. That's really weird. But according to this, someone is asking, did I see Transformers 5? The answer is no. I have no plan. Okay. Well, yeah, that's interesting. I'm trying. It's a weird thing, I'm not sure what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. This is kind of my first time doing it, so, sometimes you gotta roll with the punches and kind of learn how to do stuff, I guess. So, what other things could I talk about? I'm actually just, in general, I'm just really happy that I reached 300 subs. I'm really thankful to you guys for that. And for the most part, I was hoping that more people would show up to do Q&A stuff or talk to me, but I guess that's not the case right now. I should just pick a better time. I need to actually get actual people to join me with the live cast, so then, you know, we have more people to talk to. So then I'm not just talking randomly into the ether and, you know, there's just, you know, no reason to be alone. I'm not. I know I'm not entirely alone. I know there's a couple of you guys here, so I do appreciate that. Man, it is really hot today. Oh my gosh. Hmm. Well, I don't know. Let's see. I guess I should preface by any questions that you guys have are pretty much open. It can be any question that you would like to ask. Movie, anime, comic book, TV. It is all, you know, up in the air. Lots of opportunity for you guys to ask questions if you would like to. Basically, what I'll probably end up doing. Oh, I had a great idea, did I? Fantastic. Hello. It's a different video, guys. Pay it no mind. Something else, you know. No, nope, no other questions so far. I mean, I guess this can work pretty well as a live test of all that kind of stuff, which is good, you know. Interesting. I don't know. People seem to be cutting in and out, or something's going on. I'm not sure what. Hmm. Anyway, aside from the odd and strange and bizarre, things are going pretty well. I'm very. Anyway, aside from the odd and strange and bizarre, I apologize if you hear echoes and whatnot. It's not my intention. I'm just double checking things because for some reason the chat on Google Hangout isn't working, so I have no idea what is wrong or what could be happening. I should probably preface this by saying maybe you guys let me know when a better time is to do one of these live hangouts, and next time I'll also bring people along with me so that I can, at least so that I'm not by myself here talking to myself. and whatnot. So then I can have more fun and engaging conversations with you guys. Have guests. Guests are nice. Have some YouTube friends join me on these hangouts and we'll chat and shoot the breeze and talk about stuff. But I guess as a test of this, and I mean, at the same time, I still got to talk about Marvel Legacy and how I don't like that. It's just not good enough. And also talking about Chip Zdarsky and Spider-Man. Though, I mean, I know I'm not going in depth on it or anything, but it's one of those things where it's bad to begin with when somebody doesn't even like the character. So, and then the jokes fall flat. None of them seem funny. Even when I was looking at panels, I'm like, that's not even a joke. That's not even a Spider-Man joke. That's pretty disappointing and sad. But yeah. Well, it's warm. I'm going to shove my head in the freezer probably or something. I don't know. Man, it is I am miserable right now with the heat and whatnot. So I apologize for my moping and complaining. It's just a warm day today. I'm sure it's warmer elsewhere. There's plenty of other states and locations that get far hotter than the West Coast. I know that for a fact. So there's that. But, you know. Oh, something happened. Oh. Okay. Pardon me while I talk to somebody. I have another thing scheduled for later today, but it might not happen. But, we'll see what happens. Okay. And then there was 4. Got 4 people here. But I still can't see the chat here on Google Hangout, which is odd. Oh, wait, I have an idea. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Da, da, da. Oh, there we go. There are the people. I can see them in chat. I can see the chat through YouTube for some reason. I apologize. I don't know why. Legacy is a big scam. I'm doing fantastic. Oh, hey, Rabbit. Well, I appreciate you coming in to say hello, because I've been alone for like over almost a half hour, or at least it felt like I was alone for a half hour, because I can't see the bloody chat through Google Hangout for some bloody reason that I can't explain. So there's that. But thanks for being here, even if it's only for a moment. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, man. I do. Okay. So yeah, music, movies, games. Hi, how are you? Glad to see you here. Glad you're joining us on this warm day. Well, I don't know where you live. It could be cold where you live. I don't know. But where I live, it's warm. And my house does not have air conditioning. Really, it's interesting. It's not the house of ideas anymore, but the house of recycled ideas. You are absolutely right. Music, movies, and games. You are absolutely correct. Marvel is no longer the house of ideas, they are the house of recycling. That's a good one. I like that. Someone should title a video that. Maybe I'll share that title with somebody on Twitter. That would be hilarious. Ugh. Hmm. Isn't that the house that all companies are in these days? Well, Rabbit, you're not entirely wrong. A lot of the ideas that people have nowadays are a bunch of recycled ideas and whatnot, which is depressing. But yeah, you're right for the most part. It's sad in general. Um, for the most part, Marvel's like one of the biggest offenders. We agree it's not going to succeed. It's obvious they won't change their SJW stuff suddenly. Yeah, probably not. We're probably getting to the point where it's not going to change anything. I think I was on my way to work a couple days ago, and I was by myself thinking, and I was like, "Is there any possible way that they could fix the problems that they have?" And the truth of the matter is, right now, currently, they can't fix anything unless they're willing to fix it themselves, which at this point is clear they don't want to fix anything. So until some the only way that a major change is going to happen, and everyone's been saying this, is if excuse me, if all the higher ups, all the major editors, the writing staff, all the people who are causing the problems, until they're extradited out, there's nothing that can be done. Oh, blame Ike Perlmutter. I would blame him, but I think he's so indifferent that he just doesn't care. He makes a butt ton of money, so I don't think it's that he's the problem. Worst case scenario, company wide purge. Yeah, that's what needs to happen. Actually, it's not worst case scenario right now. Currently, it is the only scenario where they could get any form of trust with consumers. They need to regain their trust, and right now, the two major editors, the writers, unless they purge that system, or I don't know, all those people have an epiphany and realize what they're doing, then it might change. But a purge is necessary right now. So thanks for your live, my friend. Uh, hopefully that's terrible. TK, that's terrible. You shouldn't wish death on people. That's horrible. Like I said, it's not Ike Perlmutter's fault. Well, I mean, in an extent, I'm sure he kind of knows what's happening, but I'm pretty sure that he couldn't care less, considering he's made so much money as it is. Yeah, yeah. TK, don't wish death on people. Yeah. Well, that was timing there, Wolf. Lol. Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't wish death upon people because that's just not a cool thing to do. No matter how much you dislike or have disdain for someone. Who is Ike? Ike is a Fire Emblem character. There's no Ike here that I'm aware of, anyway. Is there an Ike here that I'm just missing? Was there an Ike that I did not say hello to? No, I don't see an Ike. I wish that I saw an Ike. Maybe it was just a misspelling, probably from TK. But yeah, a purge is probably what is the most necessary thing. Perlmutter needs to maybe get off his lazy ass and do something about it, or maybe as a CEO, he probably has other responsibilities and duties that he performs that are far more important than, you know, what's going on day to day at Marvel itself. So who said, I don't know where it's actually said where Spectacular Spider-Man hates Peter Parker. I watched someone else's video, and apparently Chip Zdarsky has said, you know, that he's not a fan of the character, but I don't know where that was said exactly. I couldn't tell you. I just heard it through other channels. Yeah, CEOs have creative control over things that. That's why Joe Quesada is still working at Marvel. Yes, that is true. As someone who receives death threats in the past, just for having my own opinion, I can vouch that they really fuck with someone's mind. That is true. I mean, if it's a legitimate death threat, yeah. I mean, there are the words that on the internet, like, you know, oh, okay, Rabbit. I'll see you later, man. Don't worry about it. I will have a great afternoon and evening, more than likely. But as for Spectacular's writer, I don't know. What was it? It was on uh, Professor Thorgy's channel. He did a video on the Spectacular Spider-Man. I watched it, and he said something about Chip Zdarsky not liking Spider-Man for some reason. I don't know where he got that information. I wish he would have cited his source, but I don't know. Maybe you can watch interviews with Chip Zdarsky. Maybe there's something there in interviews. Arkham Knight, New 52. Do you want me to talk about Arkham Knight and the New 52, TK? Is that what you're asking for? Because I'm not sure what you're asking. Guys, I could talk about the New 52 a little bit. I didn't read it myself. I only read a few books here and there. I didn't really get that into it because I wasn't really interested. Oh, wait, no. It's not that I wasn't interested. The New 52 happened right about the time when my local comic shop got flooded for a second time. They need to. Hi, Soul of the Dragon. How are you? I'll get to your comment in just a second. No, I hate Arkham Knight. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. There is an echo in my. Oh, there is. Is there an echo still? Um, I apologize if there's an echo. I don't really know if I can fix it. I know that there was an echo earlier when I was like listening to the audio. I don't know what to do or say about that. Okay. But yeah, let's see. Okay. Need to stop hiring YA and webcomic writers who don't know comics. Yeah, that would definitely help Marvel if they would stop doing that. Please stop. Um, oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they need to stop hiring those types of writers. I mean, if you think they're talented enough to carry a book, I would consider it, but Back to the Future, that's why. Aha. Gotcha. Um but yeah, young adult write. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having comic books that are dedicated to young adults or to kids. That's completely fine. If you have a couple books for them, that's great. No, but you need to make sure that you carry your whole audience with you. Made Wally a stereotypical black person, and coming from a black man, that's just insulting. There's a BTTF comic, by the way. I have no idea what that means. Oh, Back to the. Oh yeah, there is a Back to the Future comic. Haven't read it. I've seen it in my local shop. It looked interesting. I don't know if I'd be interested in reading a comic book about Back to the Future, but you know, I'm. It's cool that it exists. A lot of the independent comics are actually really, really good, from what I've heard. Oh, you making jokes, music, movies, games. I see how you're. I see what you're doing. I can see you. Ha ha. Yes. The past echoes of my mic is like echoes from my past and future. Marvel Legacy will cost $5.99. I wish I was joking. Where did you get that source, TK? Because I don't know if I've seen that yet. I know you're probably talking about the one shot, and I kind of had a feeling the cost would be up to over $5 or up to 10. You're in France? Oh, on CBR. Okay, cool. I'll look that up later. Thank you, TK. I appreciate it. But there's a heat wave in France too? Holy crap. That's across the pond. See, I live on the West Coast here in the States, so and right now we're going to be having a heat wave for the next week. So right now it's kind of warm to say the least. It's not terrible, but it's like probably about over 80 degrees. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, hold on a second. Oh crap. Um, but yeah, I can see what you're saying, TK. Tell us about your fantastic idea. What fantastic idea? Is there a particular one you want me to cover? Yeah, okay. That's fine, TK. Yeah. But thank you for letting the chat know. I appreciate it. I was expecting the book to actually cost more than more than $6. I was actually expecting it to probably be close to 10. Um, but I mean, $6 for a one shot, I guess, is mildly understandable, but not that good. Let's see. But I mean, I had to buy the variant cover of the DC Rebirth one shot. I paid $5 for that, but it was worth the money. It was worth the money to have that cover and whatnot. So, yeah, I have many ideas. Don't know if any of them I can execute, but yeah, I have ideas and stuff all the time. Oh, I think I know what you're talking. I think I don't know. But yeah, that's a good stuff. Good stuff. I'm glad that there are people here in the chat to talk to. I appreciate it. Oh, apparently my buddy posted something on Facebook. I'll check that later, Mikey. Not right now. Do you think they'll do a Marvel versus Capcom comic to promote the game like DC did with Mortal Kombat X? That's a good question. I mean, if they wanted to make more money, that'd probably be a good idea, actually. Echoes of your past self. Look out. It's Marty McFly's fault. Dun dun dun. But yeah, that would probably be a good idea to promote the Marvel versus Capcom books that way. Um, I don't know if they'll do that. Well, Udon might. The company that publishes the Street Fighter comics might do it if they have permission from Marvel. But I don't know. If anybody hears any news about something like that, let me know. That might actually be something worth reading with Marvel characters for the first time in like over a year. You have 4 ideas, TK? 3 for DC and 1 for Marvel. And I'm a Marvel fan. One a speedster, another one a Batman sidekick, and another one that has half of a blue and green lantern and puts them together. Excuse me. I bumped stuff with my microphone. I'm sorry. Yeah, Douglas Ernst did talk about the flat jokes in the Spectacular Spider-Man. There must be serious latency problems. And I saw you and Doug debate together. Oh yeah, well I talked to him like in his chat or in his comment section or on Twitter on occasion. He's a nice guy. I think he's a nice guy. I mean, I think that he digs a little bit too deep into the political stuff. Sometimes, but you know, that's kind of his shtick and whatnot, and that's completely okay. And he makes the thing is though, is that he makes a valid argument and he makes a valid point on all of that stuff, you know, how the politics are affecting the books and whatnot, which is important to cover, to be completely honest. Yeah, but I've never debated with him personally, though. Let's see. The Marvel one. I have to keep it, but his name is Spider Knight. Yeah, I know that name is so original. Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, it's not an original name. I know there's been a Spider Knight before. But yeah, hey, Spider Knight is cool. Yep. It's always important to just like have as many ideas as possible. I have my own ideas and stuff. There's always been a part of me that wants to like write my own comic book and whatnot. So for a moment, I thought there was a new comment or something. I just looked down like, wait, nope, not a new comment. Same comment. I don't want to repeat it. But yeah. Maybe someday I'll get off my lazy butt and actually write something. Gonna send it to Marvel when they get good again. It might be a good idea. I know that England Teen sends his ideas like when he does his videos of if I wrote comic books. I know he sends his ideas to the companies. Hey Tevya, how you doing? Good to see you. How are you, man? If there was a Marvel versus DC game, would it be like Marvel versus Capcom or Injustice 2? You know what? The Soul of the Dragon? I have no idea. Is there any way that you could could you possibly mix the two forms of combat? I guess it would depend on who ended up publishing it. If it was Capcom or Marvel. Oh my gosh, that was so clever, TK. Do you like Teen Titans Go? I don't really give a flying Grayson about Teen Titans Go. That was clever way of avoiding cussing. Congrats, man. Congrats. Teen Titans Go. Don't really like it. On occasion when like I'm either bored or something's going on, I will listen to it like in the background and stuff, but yeah, I don't really care for it that much. Do I think that Samurai Jack season 5 was amazing? I have not seen it yet. Uh a little tired. It's late here in France. I believe you. You have a very different time zone compared to me. So, it's completely understandable if you fall asleep. And yes, you're welcome, TK. But yeah, I don't like Teen Titans Go. I haven't really liked it since the beginning. I also don't like Ultimate Spider-Man. I also thought that it was trash. Slightly better than Teen Titans Go, but not by much. Yeah. Ba, ba, ba. Get me a drink of water. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm hoping to ration it and make sure it lasts. Ha 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 ha. If DC made Netflix shows like Marvel, what would you like to see? Well, thank you, TK. I love the all caps here. Allow me allow me to do this. I hate Ultimate Spider-Man too, especially Drake Bell as Spider-Man. There. Because you put it in all caps. Okay, so back to the Soul of the Dragon. If DC made a Netflix show, well, I know that they're going to be making their own Netflix-esque channel where they're going to be putting a lot of DC content. So I know they've already talked about a Titans show, which I'm very curious to see where that goes. Let me think. Oh, this was one of my ideas originally with like the CW related content and whatnot. I was like, what I'd like to see is, considering they've already casted a Superman, and there's the possibility that we already know that there's a Batman, and I'm assuming there's probably a Wonder Woman as well. I'd like a Trinity TV show, or maybe a short like mini series with the Trinity, with the current guy they have casted as Superman, with whoever they decide to have as Batman and Wonder Woman, and do a Trinity show. That to me sounds like a really good idea. And then that way you don't have to separate it into 3 different shows. You can just keep it within them, within their own thing. And it doesn't have to be super long. To me, that sounds like the best idea for that. But that and the Titans, what else could we do? What do you guys think with this new DC Netflix related stuff? What would you guys like to see? They're going to make an Infinity War 2 because of the movie. I mean, just look at Civil War. Yeah. The comic books probably are going to do that, aren't they? Great. We're going to get another Infinity War in the comics. We don't need one. We already got Infinity Gauntlet, and we got Infinity War, and we got Infinity Crusade. We don't need more Infinity. Don't do that, Marvel, please. But yeah, the DC shows. What other shows could possibly be pitched? Interesting question. What could be done? Maybe with a lot more lesser known characters would be good. Phantom Stranger, the Spectre, Dr. Fate. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Or they could bring John Constantine back, actually, too. with this new initiative, bringing John Constantine back would be good. A lot of people really love that show. I saw like the first episode. I thought it was pretty good, but I didn't watch all the way through. Stuff. There's cat hair all over stuff. It's in my way. But yes, the Phantom Stranger, Spectre, and Dr. Fate. Those would be really cool. TK. I hate Miles Morales because Bendis can't make any new villains and makes Miles so OP. And Miles just says, "What would Peter do? I'm black, by the way." Yeah, I'm not opposed to having Miles as a character. They really need a Justice League Dark animated movie. They already have a Justice League Dark animated movie. It wasn't super good, but they already have one. Tevia, they already have one, man. It was out on DVD. Oh, you want another one? Actually, probably a live action version of that would probably be pretty interesting too, actually. But back to the Miles Morales stuff. Yeah. I don't hate Miles, but he's not Peter Parker. So I really don't care nearly as much about the character. I mean, he's cool and all. It's fine to have him, but right now it's just oversaturation. Professor Chimp Show. Okay, now you're just delving into the deep recesses of the DC universe there, Soul of the Dragon. You're really getting in there with the whole like low tier, nobody knows what this is. Nobody really knows what those are unless you're a comic book fan type characters. But I appreciate that. That's a cool idea. Yes. Professor Chimp. Let's make that a thing. Professor Chimp on TV. You can, and then you can have him cross over with the new Planet of the Apes show. Okay. So the new Miles Morales stories, they didn't give him any new villains. That's kind of important when you have a new character. You need to make their own rogues gallery if at all possible. That's pretty stupid. Like I said earlier, it's like I've worked on my own comic relief stuff for a long time. I like Miles, but he's been wasted right now. Yeah, he's wasted, dude. No, he's not that wasted. But he's being wasted and misused right now. Yeah. Really not, worth it. Excuse me. I apologize for that. Huh. Okay. I was curious about something, but I guess that doesn't work. I hate Miles, but when I heard about his movie, I got even more angry. But when I heard they got the 22 Jump Street and the Lego movie, I got super hyped because I like the Lego movie, and I'm 21. You know what? You want to feel you're not alone because I like the Lego movie and the Lego Batman movie, and I'm 33. So you're good, TK. You're good. You're fine. Those were good movies. You're fine. don't ever feel guilty for liking something that is childish. Because I can't remember which. There was a writer, a very famous writer who always he mentioned about looking back at like his childhood stories and his lifelong childhood stories and talked about how wonderful they are now because I understand so much more as an adult than I did as a child. Yeah, at least your friends didn't make fun of you because they liked it too. That's good. Do I think that Marvel will bring the diverse characters in after Infinity War? They might. I'm not sure. Considering that everything is based on contract, you never know. It could end up being they might do it or they might not do it. It'll depend on how, either desperate they are or how much they're willing to pull that trigger. Personally, for me, I think that after Infinity War, they should just stop. Because after that, there's pretty much nothing else they can do. Have you heard of Red Tool? What is Red Tool, TK? Please fill me in. I have no idea what that is. Is that a comic? Is that a tool I can use to actually make my stuff better? I am now genuinely curious. Not that I wasn't before. But yeah, I think that once Infinity War ends, there's going to be a real. Oh, he's from DC? I've never heard of him before. He must be really, 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 hidden character that I don't really know. Never heard of him before. I've heard of certain characters. It's like, oh, hey, there's Scavenger Bug Dude and other assorted characters. I know a fair bit about, some of the hidden characters in DC, but I don't know all of them. You really think we need a new writer for Miles and Peter? Yeah, I do, Tevia. I agree with you. You think he fell in love with Harley Quinn? Yes, Dan Slott's Amazing Spider-Man run is goddamn terrible. I've done way too many videos about Spider-Man. It's kind of become it's become a dead horse at this point. I don't know if I can beat any more videos out of that dead horse, so to speak. Well, aside from me talking about the new Peter Parker stuff or the Spectacular Spider-Man stuff, aside from that, I really, 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 really couldn't think of anything more that can be said or done. I hate Miles Venom Blast, all right? I'm done ranting on Miles, okay? It's okay, TK. Just like breathe it in. Just there you go. Everything's fine. It's okay to rant about things you're passionate about. It's okay. Speaking on writers, who would you get to write the main Amazing Spider-Man book? You would personally choose Gary Conway. You see, for me, it's a lot tougher because I know Gary Conway's doing a pretty decent job over on the Renew Your Vows book. And I think probably out of what Marvel currently has for what could be considered writers, he'd probably be the best one they could get without, if they had to like reach out to find someone else. So I guess he would probably be the prime candidate, but for me, I really don't know because he can't write Mary Jane well, and he doesn't really write. He writes okay. He's good. Do I like Silk? She doesn't get brought up when talking about diversity on Marvel. She's a Mary Sue character. I think the reason why most people don't talk about her is because they don't care. They don't care because she's so unimportant. It was just another one of Dan Slott's crazy ideas that he had to shoehorn into Spider-Man. And now, since she doesn't interact with Spider-Man, she has to have her own book. There's far too many Spider-Man books, quite honestly. Right now, currently, the only Spider-Man books I think that are worth anything is probably Renew Your Vows and Spider-Man 2099. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man and Renew Your Vows is way better than the main book. Yeah, I guess we could do that. Move the Renew Your Vows universe to the main Spider-Man book. That might work. Jason Aaron on Spider-Man. Why do you think that, Soul of the Dragon? Why would you pick Jason Aaron? Could you elaborate on that? Because I'm curious to see what you have, your thought process on when you reach that conclusion. I haven't really read a lot of stuff with Jason Aaron in it. I know he's writing the current Thor books and whatnot, and aside from the trip up of the first book, I don't really know. PS4, Spider-Man PS4, Arkham City, and Asylum. Um, I'm excited for the Spider-Man game. I'm sad that it's not going to be here until 2018. That's why Sony's press conference was so bad. I'm like, I don't even care if it's not coming out this year. Why should you be showing a trailer at a press conference for games that are supposed to be coming out this year? I mean, it should have been a mix, but Arkham City and Asylum. Arkham City and Asylum are fantastic games. I love them both. I don't know which one I would pick as a favorite. Probably Arkham City would be my favorite. I know that's probably the most generic choice, but both of them were really good, and City's even better. Because that would be amazing. Heck, even Superman has a family right now, so why can't Marvel pull the trigger and give us a married Spider-Man in the main universe with their daughter alive and kicking? Yeah, that's a good point, Tevia. That's a good point, but I don't think they're going to do it. Let's see. What if Joker got the Carnage symbiote and Nightwing became Spider-Man? Dear Lord, that would be terrifying. Although Nightwing as Spider-Man would be silly and goofy, but Carnage and the Joker together, no, that's nightmare fuel. I do not want. First name to pop up. Okay. You like his Thor stuff? Well, I know that the first issue of Jane Foster's Thor was really, really cringeworthy. I've heard from some that it got better, but I really don't care. I've never really been that big of a Thor fan. I mean, I like the character enough, like when he's in the Avengers, but I don't care about the Thor comics. I don't really collect them. But I mean, I know other people who do like Thor a lot, so. And I know that it seems as though some of Jason Aaron's stuff for Thor has been good. Although I think the Unworthy Thor book was kind of a slap in the face to the whole, hey, what did Nick Fury say? Because Marvel hates the marriage. Yep, they do. Even though that makes no sense whatsoever, because Luke and Jess are married and have a daughter. Yep. Have you heard of Jake Paul's? It's every day, bro. Wait, no, let me rephrase that. Bro! There we go. I don't know if that's a reference, TK. I don't know it. I'm too old. I hear. Okay, that was scratching against the window. I apologize. I heard a door open outside. Thought it was something important. That might have been my mom coming back home. Yeah, right now Marvel hates marriage, except for Luke Cage and Jessica. Aside from them, for some reason, family, normal family stuff is like kind of foreign to them. And I think it's because a lot of the writers themselves don't have normal families. I mean, maybe they do, and I just don't know. I'm pretty positive that they don't have kids. Or if they do, they don't talk about it. I know Axel Alonso has kids, but he's not a very good editor-in-chief anyway. He's worse than Joe Quesada, in my opinion. And this is coming from someone who truly loathes Joe Quesada. Or at least I didn't like what he did to Spider-Man. I want Luke and Jess to have a son because their son is never mind. Oh, that was good. That was good. Thank you, TK. Thank you very much. Always good to have jokes. Gotta have the jokes in the chat. It's appreciated. Ugh. More water. Must drink more water. There we go. So, what other stuff were we talking about? Hmm. Do 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 do. Thank you. I can make better jokes than Chip Zdarsky. Ha ha! Yes. Heck, I think I can too. I actually made a joke of his own joke. I'm like, you know what? Chip Zdarsky and Dan Slaughter on my thwip list for terrible, terrible puns. I mean, I like puns, but ugh, cringe-inducing bad jokes. Ugh, disgusting. I'm disappointed. Da 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 da. Yes, everybody, everybody in the chat, clap for TK. Clap. If you can, clap for him. If you don't want to, that's fine. Ugh. Now, the one thing that I should probably ask you guys, since I have you here, is like, is there certain types of video content that you guys would like to see on the channel? Is there certain things you want me to talk about? And I'll like maybe put it in a docket. Do you think America will have more issues or be canceled after 6? I don't know. Let me hold on a second. I might. Let me know if the bandwidth gets all weird and funky on me. I'm gonna check on Google real quick. Something. I'm looking up some of the stuff from Marvel Legacy because I know I saw the one cover. You don't care as long as I upload. Okay. That's completely understandable. I just try and upload videos when I can. Okay, let's see. Da, 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 da. Huh. Ah, crap. I didn't want to go to a website. Curse me. Oh, well. You know, things happen. Shit happens. Planet Hulk. Why are we going back to Planet Hulk? We don't need to go back to Planet Hulk. Planet Hulk was good the first time. Actually, I didn't read Planet Hulk, but I heard good things about it, though. Do, 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 do. America. Huh. Well, it doesn't have a number on the legacy issue. I do think Marvel Legacy will be a waste of time. I can't recommend it. I really can't. I was trying to look up the cover that has America on it, where they're emulating the Amazing Spider-Man issue 39. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't say what number it is, sadly. So I have no idea how long America will run. Probably, you might be right, might end at 6. It might end later or never. You never know. SJW Marvel. listening to I play Pokemon Go every day. That's probably what they think. Marvel Legacy is a history lesson. Yeah, a history lesson in how to not do an event. As long as it's isn't written by Gabby. You know what? Actually, yeah, I think you might be right. If they could remove Gabby Rivera from the America book, that might actually help it if they get a mildly more competent writer to write the character. Because I have no problem with the character's existence or that she has a book. And if you want to tailor it for younger audiences, that's fine. But you should try your best to have competent writing. Forget Marvel. Forget Marvel. Are you trying to Jedi mind trick people? You were hoping that Marvel Legacy would be a DC Rebirth effect, but nope. Instead, it's we get more of the same. Yeah, that was kind of my first problem to begin with. Was that I was concerned when I did my video the first time. I was like, this is just going to be surface level because none of the creators are changing. Everybody's going to be on the same books. Spencer's still writing Captain America and Falcon probably. Um, yeah, there has been no change. Dan Slott's like handcuffed himself to his Spider-Man desk and refuses to move. So music, movies, and games. Yep, it's late. I appreciate your understanding. Time difference, what a shame. Nice to meet you, dear Marvelites. Californian. I'm not Californian, I'm actually Oregonian. Um, I just answered right. No. Oh. No, it's nice to know that you have free time to answer to everyone. Well, when there's only about 6 people in the chat, it's really easy to respond to everyone. And I like interacting with you guys, so I always like doing live stuff. Oh, and sometimes I like the live stuff a lot more than uh, than doing just normal videos. Although I appreciate the interactions when you guys like leave comments and whatnot. Let's see. I had a crush on America until she became a social justice warrior. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, TK. I know that she was in like the Young Avengers books and whatnot, so she's probably there are other books where she's written better, at least. Maybe if they got the guy who writes the Ultimates and had him write or that individual to write the America book, it would be better. Bendis is pretty much Marvel's Jeff Johns, knowledge wise. Yeah, except for that, I think that even his knowledge is limited. They don't have a Jeff Johns. Why can't Marvel take a page from DC Rebirth and bring back people we want back into Marvel Comics and fire all these stupid higher ups? It is a mystery that will never be solved. We need the world's greatest detective. Batman, we need you to solve the mystery. Please, Batman. Please solve the mystery of why Marvel sucks. That's what we need right now. We need a Batman to solve the mystery. Because right now, currently, don't know if we can even solve that mystery ourselves. I mean, I've covered what I can about the topic, but like I said earlier, I don't know. They need to be willing to cleanse or purge a lot of the creators and writers, and until they do that, this is gonna be a continuing thing. It's not gonna change. Yeah, the Spectacular Spider-Man book might get better. I mean, it is issue 1. It could get better, but Chip Zdarsky's not really funny, so they just need to buy the Rebirth one shot and rip the page out of a one shot. Yeah, they needed to do the Rebirth thing, but sadly they didn't. And Now we're here. We thought that it was going to be a rebirth thing, but it's worse than that. It's just a nostalgia. Try to grab at nostalgia while failing miserably. Yeah, I mean the one shot might be good, but the fact that $6 does not help. At least when DC Rebirth's one shot came out, the original copy was only $3. That's half the price. I know that the variant cover version, the one that I had, it costed $5, but it was worth the money. Oh, did you do a typo, Tevia? You have a percentage on the $6 instead of $1. Yeah, it's okay, man. Don't worry. Typos happen to the best of us. And I'm terrible at spelling, so don't feel bad if you have a typo. I can normally read around it, I think, most times. Marvel must be insane to price that high. Well, I mean, clearly they are. Well, they're all about short-term gain, not long-term. DC has been playing the long game. Um, and overall, they've been succeeding, whereas did I just say Marvel's been playing the long game? Or did I say DC? I don't know. DC's been playing the long game. What would happen if Jeff Johns died at DC? They'd probably be having some trouble. They'd have to find someone to replace him. If he were to die, that would be very sad, actually. Because if you watch interviews with Jeff Johns, you can tell he loves DC Comics a lot. That's probably why he'll never leave. Marvel is high. Yep. Because they got high. They are high as a goddamn kite currently. They're so stoned they don't even know what their butt looks like. That was terrible. That was a terrible joke. Good God. Yeah, they're high. He wrote for Marvel at one point? Well, that's cool. I didn't know if Jeff Johns wrote anything for Marvel. He's been at DC for so long, it's hard to see him working on anything else. But I mean, yeah, most creators have worked on in a lot of different companies, so why can't Marvel bring back the Fantastic Four? Why are we stuck with the Fantastic Two? I couldn't tell you, man. It's because God hates puppies. That's why. God hates puppies. That's why. That's why Marvel can't bring the Fantastic Four back. I'm kidding. The Fantastic Four should come back, but they're probably not going to. Marvel needs an infinite crisis to address all the problems. Well, it's funny that you mentioned that, Soul of the Dragon. That is what they need, and they had that opportunity, so to speak, to kind of right the ship that they had already the ditch they already dug themselves into with other previous continuity, but they didn't do it. It was called Secret Wars, and they had an opportunity to fix a lot of their problems and bring old readers back, and they dropped the ball. It was a crisis type event. They could have righted the ship right there, but they didn't. And instead, they went downhill further. Injustice 2 or Marvel versus Capcom Infinite. I mean, are you telling me what game do I like better, TK, or what? I don't understand. I mean, both games are. I haven't gotten a chance to play any of Marvel versus Capcom Infinite yet. I've been playing Injustice 2 and I love it. So, Soul of Dragon. I think they tried that with yeah, they tried it with Secret Wars. You saw it as a Crisis on Infinite Earth knockoff. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they could have given the marriage back to Spider-Man too. No, I like Injustice more. Well, I mean, I like Marvel vs. Capcom games, but I've never been very good at them. But I love playing Injustice. Um, I've got more videos coming up for the first Injustice game. I finished story mode. I think it was earlier this week. So I'm going to edit those videos and I'll have those up. I will give Convergence credit. At least the events they gave us gave us great tie-ins. They also gave us back Married Superman. Yes, they did. Actually, a lot of the tie-in events to Secret Wars was really good. I think I read like 3 of them. I read the Renew Your Vow one. I read the Spider Island one. And then I wrote, or not wrote, but I read the Civil War one. And all of them were really fun. I enjoyed them quite a bit. I think their tie-ins were good. And the book itself was good. I know that it had a good send-off to, the Fantastic Four, particularly Reed and Sue and their kids, but considering how poorly executed it was, there's like I stopped reading Secret Wars after like issue 3. I read the Spider Island one for Spider Girl, Mayday Parker. Yeah. Let's see. I heard on Professor Thorgy's channel that people want the 616 universe to be destroyed and make the Ultimate Universe to stay. I wish Marvel did that. No, you shouldn't wish that, TK. You shouldn't. Because remember, the Ultimate Universe, when someone dies, they stay dead. So if you lose a character in that, they're never coming back. At all. You prefer Mayday? Yeah, I loved Mayday Parker, actually. I didn't read a lot of those books, but the ones I did read were really good. But the Ultimate Universe itself, there were lots of things that were bad about it. So, I mean, it'd be interesting to see if it would happen, but I don't think that they're going to do that with the Ultimate Universe. I don't know if we'll see anything from Ultimate. Well, I mean, we've been seeing stuff from the Ultimate Universe. We saw their version of Wolverine. Oh, they broke the rules? Well, that sucks. The return of Ultimate Doctor Doom and the return of Ultimate Peter Parker. That is a little weird that they would break their own rule. Huh. Yeah, we got Jimmy Hudson back. Yeah, Jimmy Hudson is now in the main continuity. As well as, well, I mean, we got Miles as well, so. And I mean, we got the Ultimate Thor's hammer hanging around as well. That's neat. The Ultimate X-Men is alive and kicking? Huh. That's interesting. That book wasn't too bad. I read some of the Ultimate X-Men. It was actually pretty good. Well, the Ultimate Doctor Doom was an imposter from Ultimatum who impersonated Ultimate Doctor Doom. Huh. With a twist. I see. That's kind of neat. I only read a lot of the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff. I didn't read a lot of the other stuff. Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate X-Men was about the gist of what I read. Was live and kicking thanks for him going to the Marvel Zombie universe. Oh. That would be nice, TK. To have Jane get the Ultimate Thor's hammer and the actual Thor to get his original hammer back. That would be nice. That would be nice. I mean, that might be what we get because, I mean, we've seen the teaser images. We might be getting the old Thor back, but I don't know. Oh, by the way, the imposter was Ultimate Sue Storm and Johnny Storm's mother. Huh! Talk about twist endings, huh? With a twist! And the ultimate thing killed. Oh, God. Thing killed her? Ah, shite. Scheisse, man. I think that's kind of the one thing I didn't like about some of the Ultimate related stuff. They got really gruesome and dark, and they killed characters like it was going out of style, and sometimes in the most grotesque and ugly ways possible. That's why I don't really care that much for the Ultimate Universe. I like the Spider-Man stuff, and the X-Men stuff was good, but when I found out about things like Ultimatum and whatnot, I was like, no. Not like the original Marvel Universe is better, but, or at least it was doing some really messed up shit too, but he thought it was the real Ultimate Doctor Doom. Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, if you think it's the real Doom and you don't like the guy, I guess it would make sense to kill him. You still remember Blob eating Wasp? Yeah, it's messed up. You miss Ultimate Spider Woman so much. When they introduced the Ultimate Spider Woman, I got a little creeped out. Actually, there were parts that it's like, okay, interesting. She still has all the memories of Peter Parker. Okay, little weird, little confusing. And then when they had her swinging around and they had Ultimate Johnny Storm flying around and talking to her and trying to hit on her, I was like, okay, now I'm just weirded out. Yes, thank you, Jeff Loeb. Thank you for being a creep, and getting really messed up and twisted. Yeah, she is a clone of Peter. I get that. I just thought that it was a little weird, is all. It's not that she's a bad character or anything. I just thought it was weird because I think that in one of the issues it had thought bubbles of her and she's like, I don't want to do this. Yeah, Laura's a clone of Wolverine. Yeah, but I don't think that she has the memories of Logan. At least not that I'm aware of. I'd have to ask my brother because he's the resident X-23 expert. But she doesn't have the same memories as Logan, as far as I know. The problem with Ultimate Spider-Woman is that she has all of Peter's old memories. So any person that Peter dated or was in love with, she had those feelings too, technically. Or she knew them in that way. I don't know. It was really weird. It was like creepy. When I saw that, this was before I knew anything about fan fiction. That was basically my first experience with a weird, creepy fan fiction. I wish Static Shock, Shazam, Blue Beetle, and Firestorm created their own Teen Titans. That's not a bad idea for a story. Or making their own team of characters. That would be a pretty cool team, actually. Because those are some of my favorite characters. I like Blue Beetle. And I like Static. And Shazam. Kind of okay. He's an okay character. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's cool. You miss the X-Men being good. Yeah, they could be the outsiders. That would be cool. You miss the X-Men being good. Yeah, I do too. There used to be so many good X-Men comics to read, and now they're just kind of shit. A lot of people talk about just separating them entirely from the Marvel Universe and just let them do their own thing in their own book. That might be the best way to deal with them. Yeah. Conway should write the classic Amazing Spider-Man ongoing. Yeah, his MJ is another Mary Sue character. Yeah, she's been written pretty badly right now. I don't like it. That's kind of the reason why I've been hesitant to go back because I don't like the dynamic of how the family is written as much as other people. I mean, the book is good, but myself personally, I don't know if I want to go back to it. I read the first issue and it was good, but we need Captain Marvel, Billy Batson to come back in DC Rebirth because I miss him so much and his Marvel family. Yeah, I miss him too. That would be nice to see him come back. Uh, at least she's interesting and way better than the main Mary Jane. Well, the main Mary Jane is barely being used right now, so yeah. You missed Static Shock and Shazam. That is completely understandable. I liked both those characters. Did you read the second Iceman issue? I haven't read any of the Iceman issues. I just watch people's reviews on Marvel books. I don't trust any Marvel book enough to buy it myself because I'm on a limited budget. And the only books I want to read are the ones that I care about. So I don't read them. I mean, if you guys are interested in like having a Patreon and you're willing to donate money and you want me to read bad comic books, I'd be more inclined to do it if I had money to like cover the expense of editing videos on this channel. Uh Hey G Shadow, how are you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you could come and hang out with us. Have you watched Kim Possible? Yes, I have. That was a great show. I loved that show. One of my favorite Disney shows. Peter is yet emasculated and renew your vows as the normal Amazing Spider-Man. MJ put her family in danger and asked Peter to shut up. Well, he was right. It's an abusive relationship. I want John Semper Jr. Who is John Semper Jr.? Huh. Hold on a second. I'm going to try and write that name in real quick. You missed Static too? That's good. It's not good that he's gone, but I miss the character a lot. Not much, just editing the Sea Destiny review. Hey, that's cool, man. Uh, let's see. John Semper Jr. Okay, what is John Semper Jr.? Producer Cyborg, Stack Shocks, Soul Power. Huh. And he's a screenwriter. Oh, okay. Um, also, she has the Venom symbiote right now, so that should be interesting. It might be interesting. I don't know. She kind of. It's weird that she has it, but hey, Tripmon, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. Favorite UC Gundam show? I had a feeling that my Gundam fans would show up eventually. Let's see. Um, favorite UC? I think you probably already know the answer to that, Trip. I think I've answered it before. But my favorite Gundam UC show is the 8th MS team. Yeah, you should know that. It's the 8th MS team, man. I can't recommend that show enough. If any of you guys have never watched an anime or watched a Gundam show, I recommend the 8th MS team. It's fantastic. Because the guy behind Kim Possible are making a Big Hero 6 cartoon coming out in the fall this year. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. That might actually be worth watching. I hope that it's well edited, or not edited, animated. I miss JMS's run on Spider-Man 2. I do. I thought he did a great job. But yeah, I liked JMS's run. That was the book that I started reading when I finally started reading current comic books again because I didn't watch it. Um, but I liked his run. I might talk about his run at some point. Any speaking of DC Rebirth, any opinions on Super Sons animated movie? Because that would be amazing to see. You know what? I would actually love to see an animated feature with Super Sons. That would be a lot of fun. Hmm. Yeah, I think that that would be a fun animated feature. As a TV show, it might actually just be fun in general. Uh well then that let's see. What is the worst Gundam show of all? Well, G Shadow, you may not like me for saying this, but in my opinion, the worst Gundam show I've ever seen, and I only say this because I can't finish it because I don't like it, is one that you defended, which is G Rico. Rekongisa Inji. I don't like it at all. I have valid reason for not liking it, but it was just weird and I couldn't stand it. I tried twice to watch it and I dropped it both times. And if I can't stay engaged and entertained in something, I drop it. You know, that's kind of how I work with comic books or movies or TV shows. If I lose engagement, I pretty much don't like it. If you like it, that's fine. Different strokes for different folks. Okay. But it's because SJWs need her on their new Mary Sue Jane and Renew Your Vows. It should be about family. It's only about superhero stuff. Speaking of animation, any opinion on the upcoming Spider-Man TV show? Because I saw the animation and it looked really bad. I have the hiccups now. Yeah, I don't like the way it looks. I mean, it is just a teaser. Um, I hope that the animation quality looks better than what we saw. Uh, but yeah, I didn't like that Spider-Man short. It was really, really bad. Uh, you must watch Berlizzi. Don't watch Berlizzi. If you hate loud noises and cursing. Okay. And the Venom thing is from nowhere. It's like they know MJ is useless now. Oh, that's interesting, and I understand. Thank you. Thanks for understanding, man. I mean, if I could find a way to watch it for free again, I'd probably try and power through it again. But until I can find a way to do that, I'm don't know if I'll ever return to it. I don't think that that new animated Spider-Man show looks good at all. It looks cheap. I find the new TV show art horrible. I do too. I mean, the characters were probably the best looking, but even then, they didn't look very good. So, if we talked about the Spider-Man 4 game yet, we have talked about it a little bit. I'm excited for it. I'm just depressed that it doesn't come till 2018. That's pretty much the gist of my feelings towards it. Also, how do you rate G Gundam? Uh G Gundam is good. Um, it's weird and ridiculous. It's over the top. That's not my favorite Gundam show, but I have nothing against it. I watched it when I was younger, so. And TK said it was written by Slot, so no thanks. He's not. I don't think he's the writer. I think he's an executive producer. I like the Spider-Man show before this one. If it's Ultimate Spider-Man you like, Trip, we can't be friends anymore. I'm kidding. Spectacular Spider-Man's the one that I really like. I'm surprised Sucker Punch didn't make the Spider-Man game. That was a little bit of a surprise. We got Insomniac instead. I mean, both of those would have probably been the best choice to make the game. TK retracted a message. The new Spider-Man game has Mr. Negative, which is, in my opinion, I don't really care about Mr. Negative. That's fair. I hope that there will be better villains than Mr. Negative, but it's fine. I mean, I like to see new villains appear in Spider-Man games too, so it's always good to have. Yeah, I don't know if Trip is talking about the Ultimate Spider-Man show. I mean, it had its good points to some extent. At least the animation quality was better. And there were episodes that I actually thought, oh, okay, that's not a bad episode. That's good. Yeah, I like Spectacular Spider-Man way more. That one and the 90s Spider-Man show are, in my opinion, the best Spider-Man shows. Mr. Negative, I've never heard of that villain ever in my life. I like the one with Drake Bell. Sorry. You're fine. You are fine, Trip. It's fine. I mean, it did have some fun humor in it. It's more Deadpool-esque humor, but still, I mean, to each his own. There were moments that made me laugh and giggle, and I thought that was silly and fun. Yeah, he's not a very Mr. Negative is not a good villain. Um, I mean, he has an interesting power, I guess. I mean, he has the ability to corrupt individuals. He's a basically he's normally a very good man until he switches and turns into his composite self. You know, so he's a yin and yang type of character. Who do I think is the strangest superhero? Hmm. Okay, let me think. My money's on Dog Welder. I have no idea what that is. Oh my gosh, that's weird. There's a lot of weird superheroes. There's like the ones from the Legion of Superheroes from like I think it was Golden Age stuff. So we'll have us either fighting or playing as evil Spider-Man. Skate Man by far worst villain. I would probably go or for worst superhero. I think that some of the ones I've seen, like Armful Off Man, is pretty damn stupid. Um, Matter Eater Lad is another that's kind of weird and stupid. I don't have a personal one where I was like, oh my god, why is this even a character? I don't know if I've ever had that moment before. Oh wait, no, I've had that recently. I think that Riri Williams is probably the worst superhero I've ever seen. Overdrive is really stupid. Oh, I remember him. Doorman. Okay. Let me see. There's a question here from G Shadow. Okay. So, any thoughts on the overall design of the Destiny Gundam? It's shit. I mean, do I think that I mean originally I used to think that the Gundam looked cool, but that was before I actually watched the show and learned the technology about it, which I learned the technology through watching oh, what was his name? The one video where someone ranted about the Destiny Gundam for over an hour. God damn it, what was his name? Shoot. Wacky Moderated 4 did a video about explaining the technology, and I was like, that just sounds retarded. That's the worst idea I've ever heard for technology for a Gundam. Yeah, it was a rejected design for the Freedom. Do I think that the Scarlet Spider book will get canceled? Considering how frequently Marvel pumps out books, probably. It'll probably be canceled within, I don't know, in a couple issues, maybe. It depends on how well it sells. I think right now it's stable, but it'll probably be canceled within probably. Yeah, was a fun dude. I was hoping that I know he doesn't make videos regularly, so I don't know whatever happened to that man, but we miss him dearly. I need him to tear apart more Gundam related content, damn it. So who is Marvel's strongest hero? A fascinating question. I don't know. If I were to guess, I think probably one of the strongest characters would probably be the Silver Surfer. Because he's a cosmic level entity, he has enough power to destroy planets. But yeah, the Hulk is pretty powerful too. But I mean, if we're talking about overall someone who could pretty much beat the entire Marvel universe without even batting an eyelash, it would probably be a cosmic level character. Hulk has his limitations too. Any opinion on Spider-Man 2099 having a son? Because I thought that was amazing. I didn't know Spider-Man 2099 even had a son. I haven't been keeping up with that comic. It was one of the few Marvel books I was reading at the time because I thought it was a good book. I should probably go back to it at some point. Well, Sentry is pretty powerful, actually, Trip. You're right. But I don't know if he's as powerful as, like I said, as someone like the Silver Surfer. But I don't know. It's a tough question. You may have to look it up. If we're talking about strongest entity in the Marvel universe, that would probably be their version of God, which they have a few, or the Infinite Man. Yeah, the Spider-Man 2099 book was a lot better than the main book. Let's see. Opinion on Iron Blooded Orphans ending. I have not seen the end of season 2. So no spoilers. I haven't gone to watch that yet. I've been watching Gundam 00. I've been trying to finish season 2 of that. I need to get back on that. Have I ever played Spider-Man games on the PlayStation 1? Yes, I did. It was a lot of fun. The first two, or the two Spider-Man games that I remember for the PlayStation 1 were a lot of fun. They're clunky, but they were a lot of fun. Now things are getting complicated. Yeah, they probably are. What do I think of Danielle Cage or Luke Cage and Jessica Jones' daughter? I personally don't like her. I'm indifferent. I know that she's from the future, and I think she's in the Spider-Man 2099 book. I don't have any particular thoughts on her that much. I mean, she seems okay from what I read, but I don't. Considering I didn't keep up with the book, I don't know. The only books I read from Marvel are Spider-Man 2099, Renew Your Vows, All New Wolverine, Miss Marvel, and that's about it. I mean, that's fine. That's a decent enough list. At least those books are consistent. I know my brother really didn't like the new Wolverine book very much. But maybe if we got back into the new Wolverine book, maybe that would be good. I think he just would have liked it better if it was just a X-23 book. Instead of it being called Wolverine. Thoughts on Project X Zone, Namco X Capcom? Those are cool ideas. I remember playing a demo of one of the games. It was kind of cool. Not really. It's a fun idea, but I don't know. Maybe someday I'll go back and I'll play one of those games and love it to bits, but I don't know. X-Men Blue is just bringing back the Ultimate Marvel Universe characters for some weird reason. Yeah, that's fair. I agree with you. It's kind of weird. I should probably drink some water. Because my throat is getting dry. Da 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 da. Refreshing water. I haven't gotten to play the demo of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite yet. I started downloading it, but my PS4 has been a little weird lately, so I'll need to like turn it on and let it download, and then I'll probably either in a live stream or I'll just do a demo of it, and I'll probably play it on the channel. Things I don't like about Marvel Legacy is that there are no Fantastic Four, just the Fantastic Two. Yeah, no Fantastic Four. It kind of is a downer. You know, the one thing that Axel Alonso said that they were going to announce something that would break the internet, and so far I've yet to see what will break the internet. Maybe they're waiting for they could be waiting for Comic-Con to make that announcement, though. Maybe they'll announce something that'll break the internet. I don't know. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I've never asked this. Your favorite giant robot in anime? If I was to pick one, which one would it be? Oh boy. I'd probably go with Big O or something else, but I'm not. Oh wait, no. Voltron. I like Voltron or Go Lion, whichever one you prefer to call him. I like him. Tick versus the Crimson Shin. I would love to see a comic book of that. That would be fun. I would love that. Here comes the Crimson Shin. The roster of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is lackluster as all hell, apparently. Yeah, I don't know how much I feel about the roster. It's a decent roster, but it's not like, oh my god, so amazing roster. At least I'm seeing some of the mainstays, and I know that other characters are going to be added later. Do you think there will be a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3? I wish there would be. I would love that. I know that they're working on an Avengers project of some sort, but there's been no new information. I was hoping for the return of marriage of Peter Parker and Mary Jane to break the internet. You know what? That would break the internet. Tevia, you're right. That would break the internet. If they announced that at Comic-Con, like, oh, hey, the marriage is back. Hooray. Though Dan Slott will still be writing the book. Now I just made myself sad. Voltron does sound better than Go Lion. Yes, it does. I would personally go with Shin Getter Robo. Huh. That would be a good one. Tick cartoon versus live action. I don't remember if I watched very much of the live action version. I watched some of it. It was kind of good. I think both of them are fun. If you'll excuse me for just a moment, I have a message I should probably respond to. On Twitter. So talk amongst yourselves. And I will be right with you. Da 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 ba 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 ba. Okay, I'm talking to Captain Frugal here. We were planning on doing this hangout together, but eventually I decided I'll do it myself. Just quickly message him. Okay, hold on. Uh, okay. Well, maybe we'll do that tomorrow then. I'll talk to him in just a little bit. Okay. And click that. Okay. Mazda Kaiser is probably mine. That's cool. I like that. I haven't watched a lot of other, super robot shows. I've only watched a few, so. Trip, you bastard! Time to say very horrible things about everyone and ruin this chat. How dare you? How dare you, sir? How dare you? Here's what blows my mind. What Marvel bullshitty policy was Spider-Man? And that this, if Superman, aka Clark and Lois, had a son, Jonathan Samuel Kent, why can't Spidey pull the trigger? It's a fair question, my man. It's a fair question. Do, 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 do. You know what? I have a better way to respond to this. What am I doing? Return to the Digimon boob talk. No! We did that once and it was fun while it lasted. That was one stream, okay? Least favorite Tales game, if any? I don't really have a least favorite because I haven't played all of them. But out of the ones I've seen, I don't know if I have a least favorite Tales game. Because I haven't played all of them, so I can't really, pick one. I've played Zillia and a few others. Favorite Telltale game? I don't have one. I've only played the Batman one. How far are you in the game again? Are you referring to the Digimon game? Because I haven't gone back to streaming it in a long time. I don't remember where we left off last. I'm just messaging people on Twitter. Don't mind me. Okay, what I miss? Least favorite. Oh, wait, no, I already asked that one. Any opinion on E3 as a whole? From what I saw, it was incredibly boring. Well, not all of it. There were highlights and there were good points, but there was nothing that made me say, you know what, I need to get ready and pre-order that game right now. Because I want to make a joke, but I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, I don't remember where we were at. So, how would you feel about an Infamous movie? That would be interesting. I'd like to see that. It would be fun. You never know. I mean, most video game movies don't work, but it might be a fun one. Mario and Rabbids. Yeah, that was kind of fun. I liked that. That was funny. I might actually play that. Oh, we don't mind. It's just your stream. Yeah, E3 was pretty lackluster this year. I think that the press conferences themselves are like dull and boring, and the real fun and entertainment is, when they start showcasing actual games and whatnot. Live, Die, Repeat was based off a manga. Yes, it was. Quicksilver, X-Men Days of Future Past, or Avengers Quicksilver. X-Men movie of Quicksilver. He's funnier and he's better. And he didn't die. My mom is home now.
That's okay.
Well, no, I'm just saying hello.
Hello.
Speaking of video game movies, any opinions on Resident Evil Vendetta? Because I saw that movie and it was awesome. Resident Evil movies are okay. I prefer the animated movies opposed to the others. But for the most part, the Resident Evil movies are like really good if you just want a popcorn movie and just mindless entertainment.
Oh, damn it.
What happened?
I just spilled my lemonade
Oh no!
all over the carpet.
Oh no! Who would win a beam spam contest? Wing Zero or Strike Freedom? I would go. Sad as it would be for me to say this, I'd probably go Strike Freedom. Considering I hate Strike Freedom, but yeah, I'd probably go Strike Freedom. He has more beams. Oh, you meant a CGI movie. Oh, Vendetta's a CGI movie? I didn't know that. I apologize. I didn't even know. Live action movies are fun as mindless popcorn movies. But the CGI ones are actually pretty good. Days of Future Past blooper. Have any idea what I'm talking about? No. Zero wins in power, but freedom wins in quantity. Yeah, that's fair. That is a very fair assumption. That's probably what I would have said too, except for the fact that, there's just more beams. Also, he has funnels. So he can shoot beams from behind Wing Zero. Wing Zero's only claim to fame is that twin buster rifle it has and a beam saber. It's kind of limited in the armament department. I mean, its armaments are powerful, but it can't really do much otherwise. Not really, because Strike Freedom is piloted by Gary Stu. That's true. I haven't seen the Kiss blooper. Whatever that is, I have not seen it. But yeah, he's a Gary Stu character. It's actually, to be quite honest, actually, Hero is kind of a Gary Stu character as well. Not as bad as Kira, but he's kind of the same. Because he survives near death as well, which is pretty stupid. When he blows up Wing Zero by using the self-destruct, that's pretty idiotic that he's just standing in the cockpit and he still survives it. I agree the CGI movies are pretty awesome. Also, speaking of Resident Evil, any opinion on Resident Evil 7? Because I played that game. It was really great. From what I've seen of Resident Evil 7, it looked good. Looked like a good game. High praise for making another horror game from Capcom and not overly obsessing about like high action type combat. But Wing Zero predicts the future. Yes, it does. It might be able to stand toe to toe with the Strike Freedom, considering it can predict the future. I just wish it had better armaments. It just doesn't have very many armaments to use. But yes, okay. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing another. Might do another hangout at some point. I'll have to see if I have time tomorrow to do that. Da, da, da. More water, please. Ugh. This stream has been going on for 2 hours now. Or a little, almost 2 hours or over. So, new question. Do you think if Isaac Perlmutter and Axel Alonso get fired, do you think Marvel is going to get better? Well, Perlmutter, I don't know if he can even be fired, considering he's like a majority shareholder. But if they could get rid of Alonso, I don't think Perlmutter is. I know that he has some influence and he causes some trouble, but that's normally behind closed doors. And Alonso's the bigger problem because he's the one who's causing the toxic environment against the fans. In my opinion. Because I think a lot of people have pointed this out, you know, when you have a business and if you have a person who's a shitty, you know, person in charge, it trickles down to the other employees underneath them and it just gets worse and worse. But yeah, I mean, if Alonso was removed and Tom Brevoort was removed, things could get better and we could get back on track. Like I said, they need a purge pretty badly right now. Yeah, Dan Slott also needs to be gone. Well, maybe not gone. He could be put on another book. Actually, I think it would be interesting to maybe give him another title or responsibility, like maybe the Avengers or something. That would be cool. But other than that, or another title, but he needs to get off Spider-Man, particularly because he's tapped out of any ideas. Gundam has 3 protagonist whiny kids: Hero, and wait, very few unique ones like 8th Mission Team. He can stay on Silver Surfer. Yeah. I don't read that book anyway, so I don't really care. To me, it looks a little bit more like he's taking inspiration from Doctor Who in that one. Silver Surfer is kind of a relatively dark and serious character, and it looks like it's way more lighthearted and hipster-like, and I'm not interested in that. That's just my opinion, but if you like the book, I mean, I can't say that anything else for it. It might be a good read for all I know. Alrighty. Yeah. That was kind of one of the biggest problems that Marvel and DC have had for a while now, is because they focused way too much on being very hipster-like and being in with the cool kids, and it just doesn't work. Your opinions on the latest season of Doctor Who? Unfortunately, I only watch Doctor Who on Netflix, so I have no opinion on the whatever's been going on. If it's back on Netflix soon, I will probably go and watch it because I love Doctor Who. So anyone here like Darkwing Duck? Yes. The answer is yes. 1,000 times yes. Let's get dangerous. Yeah, I love Darkwing Duck. By the way, if you didn't know, I love Darkwing Duck. Fun stuff. Also, I read Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur, and I find that series really fun too. Hey man, that's cool. I don't think that that's a very... I mean, I know it's tailored towards kids, so I know that it's not a book for me particularly. At least DC learned from their mistakes with DC Rebirth, and it's smooth sailing. Yeah, so far it's going really good at DC Rebirth. DC's killing it. I have so many more books that I'd like to read from them that it's insane. I've got plans to do a top 10 DC Rebirth books. I haven't read all of the books, but just from like reviews and praise that they've gotten, there's a lot of books that are worth a read. Hmm. This bringing back DuckTales. Anyone else want a Darkwing return? Yes. 1,000 times yes. If we're gonna bring back another DuckTales, I want another Darkwing Duck. And a Tailspin. Uh yeah, pretty much that's about all I could think of. Actually, new question. Thanks to Marvel Legacy for giving us information. Does this spoil the end of Secret Empire? Pretty much. We've already seen the teaser image. That was the first thing they showed, and pretty much they've already pretty much spoiled it. We see classic Iron Man, we see classic Thor, Hulk, Captain America, Ant-Man. We see a lot of classic and original characters, so though they are in their old costumes, so I don't know how much stock to take into it. But if from the images we've seen and whatnot, yeah, pretty much it already gives away Secret Empire is completely pointless. Yeah. Empire. That's kind of the problem with a Marvel event. They're completely forgettable, and at the end of the day, they don't matter. A lot of their events just like, oh, hey, this thing happened. Now we're back to normal. Let's see. I'm happy they're releasing Static Shock on DVD. They're releasing Static Shock on DVD. That's fantastic. I'll have to look into that and see how much that'll cost. Have you seen Jim Cummings' Kickstarter joke to try and reboot Darkwing Duck? It's hilarious. No, I have not. Trip, I haven't seen that. You're going to have to link it to me. Link it to me through Twitter. Okay? I'll go and watch it later. Please send me a link of that, because if it's something about Darkwing Duck and it's a comedy thing, I want to see it, because if it's funny, it's funny. Also, it looks like Secret Empire is getting an Omega issue, which makes even less sense, because how can you have an Omega issue without an Alpha? That is a fair point. That is a very fair point, Tevia. You make a very bad point. Yeah. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Let's see. Yeah, didn't they already extend Secret Empire by another issue, though? This is a problem, actually, I have in general with Marvel's comic book events. It's dumb. They keep on adding more stuff when you don't need to. They can't even keep their books self-contained. It's like they're not even planned properly. I mean, if back in, what was it, several years ago when DC did 52, they had it so it was everything was planned and scheduled and pretty much done before the books were even on the shelf. So at least that way, you know, you have everything good to go when the event starts. It's like Marvel is stuck in the 90s and haven't learned anything from going bankrupt. Yep, that's pretty much that in a nutshell. They haven't learned anything. They are stuck in the 90s. They're using the same strategies they used in the 90s that they know don't work. And we're pretty much back to square one. And they're idiots for doing so. It's the modern age. They need to get with the times. They need to stop doing the variant covers. They need to stop doing all the events. They just need to get back and focus on actually telling stories. If they can do that, then they'll be good. I know it about it from channel Federator 107, Facts About Darkwing Duck. Oh. Huh. I might look that up later. Thank you, Trip. Yeah, I'm a big Darkwing Duck fan. I saw one of the comic shops and whatnot showed me some really fun stuff. Or they were showing like Funko Pop figures of Darkwing Duck and Negaduck, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Okay, thanks, Trip. Yeah, I'll look at it later. I won't look at it right now because I'm in the middle of the stream. But I'll look at it later. Thanks, man. You're back? Where did you go? We missed you. We missed you, music, movies, games. We missed you so much. New question. So you think if Marvel was desperate, they would finally get rid of the idiots in charge of Marvel Entertainment? Probably. I think that they should be right now. They seem pretty desperate as it is. And considering that they haven't learned anything. Yeah. I don't really know, man. I think right now they're pretty desperate as it is, so we'll have to wait and see. Least favorite shark clone? Let me think. I'll read the other comments while I think about that. He went to France. Where's my baguette? That's a good question. Music, movies, games. Where's the baguette? I'm kidding. A French baguette would be lovely, though. And give us good stories again, too. If you ask me about Renew Your Vows and ASM, I can't have it back. Yeah. Okay, least favorite shark clone. I can't say that the shark clones in Gundam Seed because I think that they're actually decent. They're probably one of the few characters in that show in the stuff that I like. Oh wait, except for what was his name? From Seed Destiny, what was his name? God damn it. Darn it, I can't remember his name. Oh yeah. His name was Neo, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, Neo sucks. He's like my least favorite. Thank you very much, G Shadow. Any video games you think would make good comic adaptations? Well, most of them have already happened. There are lots of really good comic books that are adapted from video games. Even some from like manga versions that are really good too. What do you think of David Tennant replacing Alan Young after his passing? I don't know what that is about, Trip. Hold on a second. Alan Young. Who the heck is Alan Young? God damn it. Let me search. The internet is my friend. Uh, I have no idea. Let's see. Anyway, I gotta go. Before I go, last question now that DC Rebirth has succeeded and keeps being good. How you fix Marvel Comics from themselves? It's a tough question. It's a tough question. Oh, the voice of Scrooge McDuck. Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Yeah, that's sad. David Tennant's replacing him as Scrooge? That's interesting. Might be actually uh yeah, I don't know how if Marvel can even fix itself at this point. It's pretty much a lost cause almost at this point. There's always that hope that things will get better. Uh-huh. Mulaflago with amnesia. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that was who I was referring to. His name was Neo, I think. The Darkness got a video game, and that was amazing. Yeah. Well, they were talking about the opposite of video game that gets a comic book adaptation. First in firing all SJW, Casado, Alonso, Spencer, Slot, Low, etc., etc. Yeah, like I said, Purge. Bye, Tevia. I'll see you later, man. Her incompetent, impartial person like John Semper. Yeah, that'd be good. You can't hear me? I'm sorry. Did you? You must have turned the volume down then, huh? Yeah, he comes back from the dead. Well, actually, I'm going to end the stream actually because it's getting late and I've got other stuff to do. So, thank you guys all for coming by. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll hopefully do this again soon. This might be how I talk to you guys more frequently. And I'll see you later. Bye. Well, I'm not quite bye yet, but yeah, take care, G Shadow. Good night.